Hello and welcome to another video. Today, I'm challenging myself to land at every single location on the brand new Chapter 5 map until I get a win. To clarify, I cannot stop landing that location until I get a win. These games could last for 20 games, 30 games, or it could just be one game. It really depends on how good I do in that game and if I get a win. Anyways, let's start with the first location, which is... This first game was recorded near the beginning of the season, so I was still really unfamiliar with the location. I landed these back three houses, assuming that they were uncontested. While trying to farm some materials, I was shot. Knowing he had the advantage, he pushed me where I was quickly killed. In game 2, I decided to land this little house that was in the back of the location. In this house, I was able to get some pretty decent loot and good materials from farming. After that, I decided to rotate towards these ruins where I found a player sitting on top of the rooftop. I then shot at him, missing every single shot because I'm really good at this game. After completely embarrassing myself, I decided to run away and find some other places to loot. There's this pretty decent sized lodge between Grand Glacier and Reckless Railways, and I decided to loot there. In this game, I mainly just looted unnamed locations, unnamed houses, and tried to stay at as many fights as possible. Eventually though, I did have to push a fight, which ended up in my death. In game 3, I decided to land these little buildings that are near the edge of the location. After getting some loot, I decided to push this player that was at the ruins. Unsurprisingly, however, this ended up in my quick death. In game 4, I'm playing with my friend Tanner. Me and Tanner decided to land directly onto the boss, which is not a good idea. I was immediately overwhelmed by all the bots. And Tanner, he didn't make it much longer. Game 5 started with an early game fight, which I was able to kill the player. I was then able to kill his teammate without much trouble. After that little scuffle, me and Tanner decided to kill the boss. At the time of recording this, the medallions were completely overpowered. I mean, like, one of these could heal you all the way to 100, so yeah. It was basically a free win. While trying to leave Reckless Railroads, me and Tanner were pushed by these two bots. Thanks to players with the medallion being marked on the map, we were able to spot these guys who were trying to rotate away from Grand Glacier and quickly kill them. Later in the game, even though it was a bot, I still got this pretty nice snipe. You know, with 2 medallions and 2 mythics, we can win this game, right? Right? In game 6, I decided I was going to land the train station, and Tanner decided to land the buildings at the edge of the location. To be honest, I think this would have been a way better spot to put the bosses, but I understand why they didn't put it here, as the train just would directly go through here all the time, and you might get shot by the bosses, which would probably be really annoying. But still, I feel like they shouldn't have put the bosses in such a tight location. Anyways, me and Tanner got into an altercation with this duo. Though, due to the bot spraying and the guy being a lot better than me, I went down, but Tanner was able to kill him and reboot me. Quickly after I was rebooted, I killed the boss to get the medallion and mythic hyper SMG. While trying to ride on the train, we were quickly pushed by players. Though, I'm pretty sure they forgot that you could not build on the train, which made it pretty easy to kill them. Though the train led us in between these two duos, and I made a really stupid edit which caused me to get shot a bunch, and now I'm really low. Yeah, I did not know how me and Tanner were able to get out of that fight, holy. Don't worry though, we died 5 minutes later. Back to solos in game 7. Back to the lobby in game 7. As you can tell when I land Reckless Railways, I like to land the little back houses of the location. They have pretty good loot, good materials, and honestly, you're not going to expect a lot of people to go there. After looting those houses, I like to push the train station. Sometimes you can get lucky and the train will pass through, but besides that, this place has pretty good loot. After looting up, I let the guy get the medallion before I quickly pushed him. I was able to kill this guy with a pretty nice snipe. I was also able to kill this player with another pretty nice snipe. Anyways, after those 2 kills, I decided to just hide most of the game. Again, I'm playing for the win. I can't stop landing a location until I get a win landing at that location, so of course I'm going to be playing for wins, so yeah. Anyway, skipping to the end game, the circle was closing in around the edge of Pleasant Piazza, and while I was hiding in this house, a guy decided to push me, and I don't know how I survived this fight. I was 40 HP after it. I got really lucky. Final circle started pushing towards the shore of the Pleasant Piazza, and I was able to pick up a couple kills trying to rotate towards zone, but in the end, sadly, even though I was really close, I was unable to win. I'm not mad at all. For some reason, when I did random squads, I got loaded in with only 1 other person, so yeah, you can probably tell how that turned out. Got the medallion in game 10 for about 5 seconds. In game 11, I decided to leave Reckless Railways really early and explore some of the outer locations that I have not got yet. I was able to get 1 kill at this weather station, and that's the most I did this game, before dying in 4th place. I decided to play some ranked duos with Tanner in game 12. I decided to land the back houses, and I was able to pick up this early game kill. I then saw this knocked player, and decided to put him out of his misery. After that, me and Tanner got the medallion, and we opened the vault. Later in the game, we got into a pretty intense build fight, and I got sprayed down. And sadly, Tanner got stuck and died. More ranked duos with Tanner in game 13. Reckless Railways was pretty heavily contested, so I decided to land these back houses as usual. Tanner went down, but I was able to kill this guy and his duo. After killing those 2 players, me and Tanner decided it wasn't really worth to get the mythic and the medallion, so we decided to leave Reckless Railways early. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that me and Tanner are still playing ranked, so we decided to play it safe this game. Though sadly, even after hiding, me and Tanner were shot down and we placed 3rd. In game 14, I decided to land on the outskirts of Reckless Railways, and then I immediately hopped into a car and left the location. I got into a little bit of an argument outside of Ruined Reels, but don't worry, I was able to kill him. I made it all the way down the Snooty Steps, where I was quickly killed. In game 15, I decided to land this little store building near the middle of the location. I decided to push this player inside of the building, and I was able to kill him. After getting that kill, I decided to quickly leave Reckless Railways and try to get some loot other places. While I was trying to loot this lodge, I heard these 2 players having a scuffle, so I decided to kill both of them. After that little dispute, I decided to play it safe and hide most of this game. Skipping to the end game, Final Circle was going up a mountain, which meant it was going to be a pretty tough battle. When I got near the top of the mountain, I saw this player spraying from high ground. He decided to jump down, where I was able to hit him with a shotgun shot, which caused him to die to fall damage. The last guy sadly got stuck at the bottom of the mountain, which meant he died to storm and I got the win. Anyways, on to the next location, which is... For the first game of landing Pleasant Piazza, I'm playing with Ben and Eli. I'm also playing Zero Build in game 1 because Ben and Eli prefer it. While looting up, Ben ended up getting killed by this team. I was able to snipe one of them before I quickly started rushing in. I was able to spray one of them down with my SMG, and while rushing in to kill the last guy, I was hit for some pretty big damage, but don't worry, we were able to kill him. Though, immediately after that fight, we were pushed by another team, and I was already pretty low health, so I died. Thankfully though, Eli was able to kill them. Though right after I was res, I had to fight another player. Thankfully, he was pretty bad, so it was a pretty easy kill. After finally killing everybody at Pleasant Piazza, we rebooted Ben. After that, we made our way down to Fencing Fields, where the boss was somehow still alive, so that's a free medallion and Striker Mythic AR. While making our way down the circle, me and Eli got into a fight with these guys at the islands. After that tiny disagreement, me and Eli decided to get the cash. Oh my god, guys, look at this clean snipe I got. We made our way down to Lavish Lair, where I was able to kill somebody with a medallion. I was able to spray this player down with my free wind shotgun, and then me and Eli were able to kill these players who were hiding in the vault near Rebel's Roost. And while sitting in circle, the last guy ended up dying to storm. In game 1, I'm playing with Matthew, Tanner, and somebody else. I decided to land directly onto this Striker AR. Nobody decided to land Fencing Fields this game, so we quickly got the boss and opened the vault. Almost immediately after making our way out of Fencing Fields, we got into a fight with these players. Thankfully, they were pretty bad, so we were able to kill them. While pushing these players with the medallion, I was sniped. I was thankfully able to heal up, and while the zone was pushing towards Fencing Fields, I was able to kill the remaining solo. The Mythic Striker AR is very good. Just look how easily I was able to kill this guy. It took like less than 5 seconds I was able to spray him down. Anyways, enough of my babbling. It's time to fight. With only 2 players left, we were easily able to get this win, and now we're done with Fencing Fields. In game 1 of landing Classy Courts, I decided to land directly onto one of the tennis courts. The tennis courts usually have around 2 chests and some floor loot, though I suggest landing the buildings as you are very exposed. For some reason, I decided to push a guy with a ballistic shield and got what I totally deserved. And after that, slowly, one by one, my team was killed. Even though we were at loggerheads with these 2 players, we were pretty easily able to kill them. After that little argument, we had the whole location to ourselves, which is pretty nice. Once we were finished looting up, we decided to hop on the train that runs through Classy Courts. And let me just say, I think the trains are a really great addition to Chapter 5. They're not the most useful thing in the game at the moment, but they're a really cool addition, and I think it brings a lot of life to the game. We decided to take the train all the way down to this train station, which has a boss with a keycard, and you can use that to open a vault with some extra loot. After looting up, I tried to snipe this player, but he ended up sniping me first. Yeah, we didn't make it much farther after that. In game 3, the only players that landed here were bots, so they were pretty easy kills. Thankfully, Classy Quartz was in circle, so we stayed here and looted for a little bit. We then decided to make our way down to Lavish Lair, as it seemed that nobody had gotten the medallion yet. While my past self is using the bathroom, I'm gonna yap about the Chapter 5 map. I think this is one of the most well-designed maps that they've ever put out. I would say top 3 for sure. They definitely put a lot of time and effort into this map, and it shows with all the unique locations, the unique unnamed locations, and honestly there's just so much life in this map. Anyways, enough of my yap session, let's actually do something in this game. We decided to push one of the players with a medallion, and thankfully he was just a scared little solo, so we were able to kill him. The ending of Game 3 is pretty embarrassing. Thankfully I can just cut that all out. Actually, never mind. Game 4 was worse. Classy Courts was pretty contested in Game 5. Hey look, I killed a fellow soccer skin. For some reason Tanner decided he did not want to land Classy Courts, which means I have to get his reboot on the other side of the map. And because I'm just such a cool and wonderful guy, I got his reboot card and was able to reboot him. After rebooting him, we made our way down to Pleasant Piazza, where I was able to kill this player with my free win shotgun. Skipping towards endgame, me and Tanner were able to kill this entire squad and get some medallions. But in the end, sadly, I was unable to clutch up the 1v1. In Game 6, I'm playing with my friend Zach. The only players who actually landed at Classy Courts were NPCs, so they were pretty easy kills. After looting all the Classy Courts, we made our way down to Lavish Lair, hoping to kill the players with the medallion. But sadly we were able to get away, so we decided to cut our losses and loot the vault. We then made our way down to this train station where we had to fight a duo, but we were pretty easily able to kill them. Final circle was closing around Pleasant Piazza, and this guy was obviously not wearing his headphones because I was able to sneak up on him and kill him. Me and Zach decided to build up a little bit so we could be above players and spray down on them. Though, I made a really stupid mistake by not paying attention, and I was easily snuck up on and killed. And sadly Zach was already on pretty low HP, so once the storm started pushing in, he was quickly killed. I accidentally missed my drop in Classy Courts, but it's okay, nobody else landed here. Actually, some bots did land here, but again, they're pretty easy kills. We then got into a fight with this duo outside of Lavish Lair where we were easily killed. Game 8 started off with this pretty nice kill that I got with a window edit. After me and Matthew were able to kill everybody who landed here, we were able to loot up and get some materials. We then decided to rotate down to Reckless Railways to get the cash. Though, right after we got the cash, we were quickly pushed and killed. Like most games, we got an early game kill, then died. At the beginning of the game, I ran to the bathroom and was able to kill a bot. And, as usual, we had the whole entire location to ourselves, which meant we got all the loot and we got some materials. We saw on the map that a medallion was dropped in Storm, and then we realized that a player must have been carrying it and died in Storm. So, we got ourselves a free medallion and free mythic weapon. Me and Matthew decided to play it safe this game, as we really wanted to win, and so yeah, most of this game is just looting and hiding. For some reason, middle of this fight, the recording just stops, so yeah. Oh, by the way, we didn't win this game. Yeah, you could tell we were getting sprayed from a mountain. They killed us. No surprise. At least the recording didn't cut out on a game that we actually won. Well, at least the recording is back for game 11. Too bad it's terrible. I got second place! I'm not mad at all. I'm playing no-build duos with my friend Felipe in game 13. I immediately killed this gentleman as he was falling from the sky. Though, immediately after I killed that guy, I was pushed by a duo. And I was able to get one of them down, but the other one killed me. Thankfully, Felipe was able to kill the guy who killed me, and then revive me. After looting up all of Classy Courts, me and Felipe pushed this rebel base. It's to the right of Classy Courts. It's very nice. It has a lot of materials since it's basically a logjam, and it has weapon cases where you get a guaranteed sniper. For some reason this season, it's super easy to hit sniper shots, as well as the fact that snipers do 300 damage headshot, so you can one-shot players in zero build. What's even better about this Classy Courts area is that you can push this weather base behind it and get a free henchman boss, which drops a keycard and opens a vault. See, Fortnite did this really crazy thing this chapter, where they actually put time and effort into their maps, so now we have a really fleshed out and really cool map, and this makes the chapter 5 map, personally, a top 3 map for me. Anyways, sadly, this final circle closed around Classy Courts, and me and Felipe were unable to win the game. In game 14, Jake decided to join up for the drops. Jake also got to find out how it feels to die off spawn. I got a pretty early game kill on this John Wick skin in game 15. As I was shooting these players through a window, I got shot from behind and killed. Thankfully though, Felipe and Jake were able to get my reboot and reboot me. The train was passing through Classy Courts, so me, Jake, and Felipe decided to hop on it and go towards Reckless Railways. Sadly, however, we got into a little bit of a heated argument with these players and were killed. I started off this game by sniping this player in the air. As per usual in these games, we looted up Classy Courts, then made it down to Reckless Railways, and as usual, we died. Colin decided to join up for game 17. I was able to pick up one kill in the clubhouse at Classy Courts. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it, but we tried pushing Reckless Railways again, and, like usual, we died. But thankfully, Colin was actually able to reboot us. Sadly, even after getting rebooted, we got second place. Felipe sadly left, but now me, Jake, and Colin are playing trios. Thankfully, Classy Courts was uncontested, except for these bots that had a late drop. After looting up Classy Courts, we made it down to the cemetery landmark. Jake sadly went down, but I was able to kill the guy who killed him. Then I rezzed him. I then killed the guy who killed Colin, and he dropped the free win shotgun. Skipping ahead to endgame, the circle was closing around fencing fields and Pleasant Piazza, and I was able to break into this guy's box and spray him down with my free win shotgun. Finally, we pushed the last team. I sprayed down this guy, walked over, and sprayed down the last player to get the win. In Game 1, Ritzy Riviera was a drone drop, meaning it was a little bit more contested. The players were pretty bad, however, so they were easy kills. After that, we basically had the whole location to ourselves, so we just looted up. While on the train, I saw this player who was just standing there. It was probably a bot, but I still killed him with this pretty nice kill. We then made our way down to Ruined Reels to get some extra loot, then we later died, trying to go towards Loot Island. Back to solos in Game 2, I was able to kill this player out the sky right as I dropped, and then I killed this player right as he landed. After killing those players, I looted up a bit, then killed the boss to get the key card, and then opened the vault. I didn't even realize that this player was looting a building until after getting the vault, and I easily sprayed him down and killed him. I think I'm gonna make Ritzy Riviera one of my new main drop spots of the chapter. Not only is it far away from the bus route, which means not a lot of players are gonna land there, it's just a really nice, really cool looking POI with a lot of chests and a good layout. And I personally think this is probably top 3 POIs on the map, maybe even number 2, I don't know. It's a really good POI, and it gives me that Cracky Cliffs feeling. Anyways, after looting up all of Ritzy Riviera, I just hid in a bush because I'm really good at this game. Sadly though, while pushing towards Final Circle, I got stuck in a fight and died. In Game 3, I'm playing with my friend Gabe. Only 2 players landed with us in Game 3, and we were pretty easily able to kill them. After killing those players, we killed the boss, and opened the vault. After looting up all of Ritzy Riviera, we took the train, made our way down to the snow biome, and killed these players. After killing those players, we made our way down to the Loot Island to capture the flag and get even better loot. Final Circle was closing around Ruined Reels, and while we were fighting these last 2 players, Gabe got sniped. But thankfully, I was able to clutch up a 2v1 and win the game for us. In Game 1 of Hazy Hillside, I'm playing with Matthew and my brother. I decided when dropping that I was going to land on the main building because it had the most chests. Immediately after getting some loot, I decided to jump down and kill this player. I then shockwave into this building with a duo inside of it and was able to kill both of them, though I was left on severely low HP. Like Misty Meadows, which is what Hazy Hillside was based on, this place has a lot of loot when you're able to get it all to yourself. And it also has a key card where you can open a vault after killing a boss. I say without a doubt, Hazy Hillside is definitely my favorite location on the Chapter 5 map. Easily above Ritzy Riviera. While Ritzy Riviera is also really good, I just think Hazy Hillside is a lot better. Also, I'm a sucker for snow locations. Anyways, look at the snipe I got. After Circle left Hazy Hillside, we opened the cache for some extra loot. After that, we made our way to Loot Island so we could get the flag before anyone else did. For some reason, no one had killed the boss at Grand Glacier, so I killed him myself and got a free medallion and mythic Nemesis AR. Final Circle started pushing up a mountain, and me, my brother, and Matthew made sure to take advantage of that by spraying down on the last duo who was on the bottom of the mountain. I was able to snipe one of them while they were running in the open. I then applied pressure onto the other player, who panicked and trapped himself in Storm. In Game 1 of Landing Rebels Roost, I'm playing with Gabe and Eli. Also, I would like to thank Eli for gifting me the Leonardo skin. Genuinely, dude. Thank you very much. It was really nice of you. Anyways, we killed all the bots, then looted up Rebels Roost, which basically only consists of like 6 chests. We then made our way down to the grass biome and killed these bots. We then died! Sadly in Game 2, the recording starts when me and Tanner are leaving Rebels Roost. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are crying in pain, not being able to witness the epic bot battles and the intense looting that happened at Rebels Roost. Yeah, if you couldn't already tell, I am not the biggest fan of Rebels Roost, but I'll explain why I don't like it later in this video. Anyways, it's time to fight, and the fighting never stopped. Well, it did stop when I died. If there's one way to describe Rebels Roost, let's just say it's kind of like the haunted hills of Chapter 5. Not saying this location is absolutely horrendous to land at. I mean, like, Chapter 4 had like 4 worse locations than this. But it's just like, dare I say, forgettable. Like, I'm not going to be remembering Rebels Roost after landing here. If it goes away next season, I don't think I'm going to care. Sorry for the 4 Rebels Roost fans that I just offended, but yeah, this place is forgettable and boring. What I will give Rebels Roost credit for is the absolutely amazing boreal forest biome that it is surrounded by. I mean, like, these graphics for the Chapter 5 map are just absolutely stunning to look at. Hot take, I will say that Fortnite, it competes with one of the best looking online shooter games that has ever been created. I mean, it's just like, God, it's just so good. Anyway, sadly, me, Chris, and Colin got 2nd place and were unable to win the game. In Game 4, I'm still playing with my friends Colin and Chris. We quickly looted up all of Rebels Roost, then made our way down to Lavish Lair to kill the players with the medallion. After looting up the vault at Lavish Lair, we made our way down to the capture cache where there were some players trying to claim it, and I was able to snipe one of them. Also, I would like to apologize for the delayed sound. There was something wrong with the recording. Anyways, we pushed Loot Island, which was basically useless since our loot was really good. After that, we decided to go after this solo player in Storm because it would be a really easy kill, and he was also pretty good, which meant we'd get a lot of competition out of our game. We made the right move by doing that because the last players were pretty bad, which meant it was a pretty easy win. Yeah, I bought tiers to get Peter Griffin before doing these drops. What about it? If you couldn't already tell from last game, Winterfest had started, which means epic snowball launchers. How fun! Anyways, after killing Peter Griffin, which is something I thought I would not be saying, we opened the vault. However, sadly, immediately after leaving Snooty Steps, we got killed. Game 2 did not go much better, and if you thought Game 3 was going to be good, you were wrong. We landed directly onto the mansion in Game 4 and was able to take out Peter Griffin very quickly. After looting the vault, I still kinda had bad loot, so I decided to loot some of Snooty Steps. We then made our way down to this underground rebel base, which actually has weapon cases, so it's pretty good for loot. We then made our way down to Pleasant Piazza and started fighting these players. Yeah, that wasn't the best idea, because immediately after killing those players, we got pushed by another team, and I was already pretty low, so I died. Game 5 starts recording a little late. I'm really sorry about that. I forgot to hit the record button. But yeah, we already killed Peter Griffin, got a shotgun and medallion, and I'm also playing with my friends Felipe and Ramon. We got into a little bit of a scuffle at Amazon, but they were pretty bad, so they were easy kills. We died to Vault Campers! How fun! Haha! Well, the only thing that matters is that we tried. If you don't want to land directly onto the mansion, you can land these two little back houses, get some loot, and then go fight Peter Griffin. Well, you can do that if you're good. Unlike me, I'm trash. Don't worry, Felipe was able to reboot me and Ramon, and that's really nice of him. He's a really nice guy. Y'all would love him. He's awesome. We then made our way back to Snooty Steps to kill the guys who killed us, and we were able to kill them and get the medallion and mythic Peter Griffin shotgun. We then decided to rotate towards the Snooty Steps mountainous side, where we saw these players camping at Snooty Steps, so we were shooting and sniping at them. We then made our way down to this weather base, but I was sniped. Yeah, circle wasn't really in our favor. We had to push towards the two teams, which means we were sandwiched and quickly killed. Immediately after killing Peter Griffin, I had to kill Peter Griffin again. Yeah, Snooty Steps was pretty contested, and there were a lot of players here. We actually almost died to these players, but thankfully we didn't, and we were able to kill them and res Felipe. Skipping ahead a little bit, while fighting these players near fencing fields, I was sprayed from behind and killed. And Felipe, he tried. Game 9 starts off with me killing this player at 10 HP. I then res my friend Nikhil, who's really hot by the way, and we started rebooting one of his friends. We got immediately rushed as we were rebooting, but thankfully Nikhil, who was really sexy, was able to res me, and then we were able to kill the player and reboot our teammate. However, sadly, Nikhil had to get off, so now we're playing trio squads. Anyways, we pushed the players with the fencing fields medallion, and we were able to kill one of them right here, then one of them was able to die to Storm, and then I was able to kill the last one by getting this pretty clean snipe on him. We then made our way down to the snow biome, and I really did not know what this player was doing, but he's dead now, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, the last players were pretty bad, so it was a pretty easy win. Yeah, you're probably wondering, hey, why are you wearing the same skin? Well, I'm about to explain that really quickly. So basically, I had already recorded the Lavish Lair drops directly after Reckless Railways, but after doing the Snooty Steps drops, I realized that the files got corrupted, which means this game is last second. I kind of forgot to change my skin, sorry for the confusion. It was just a corrupted file. Anyways, we killed the Oscar boss, and I was able to get my hands on a free win shotgun. We then made our way down to Reckless Railways, where I threw this guy off some builds, just for fun. I then was able to kill this superhero skin. And by the way, if you wear the superhero skin as your main skin, I absolutely hate you and wish nothing but the worst imaginable pain for you. Skipping ahead a little bit, the final circle started closing around the Pleasant Piazza area, and I was able to kill this player with my free win shotgun. I then was able to spray this other player with my free win shotgun and get the win for us. Told you this shotgun equals a free win. For the first game of Grand Glacier, I'm playing with Tanner and Gabe. Off the drop, I was able to kill 2 players, but was left severely low after killing the second player. Fun fact, the recording you're listening to right now is recording number 300 of the video. That's a lot of recordings. Isn't my life fun? Later in the game, I was able to get this pretty lucky kill when I was at 23 HP down in Reckless Railways. Sadly though, I had to reboot Tanner and Gabe in Storm. It was a 5-tick storm, so I was pretty low and I ended up dying to this guy. And Gabe, yeah, he was not going to win this game and we got second place. Grand Glacier is actually a surprisingly really good place to land. Not only is it one of the least contested medallion locations on the map, since it's so far away from the middle, it's also just really big with a lot of loot. I also like that it's based on the Overlook Lodge from The Shining, which is one of my favorite movies ever. So yeah, this is a really good location, and probably going to be one of my new mains. Anyways, this game is pretty boring, so I'm just going to show you the part where we died. In Game 3, I'm playing with Jake. If you didn't already know, he was the one playing with me when we were landing classy courts. Nobody contested me and Jake at Grand Glacier, so we were able to get the mythic Nemesis AR and Medallion all for ourselves. Sadly, however, we were pushed by players from the weather station, and we were already pretty low from the boss because for some reason the boss just has aimbot, and we were killed. In Game 4, we were contested by these two players who landed at the Glacier part of Grand Glacier, and I was able to quickly kill them. Then, me and Jake got the boss with the Medallion and Mythic Nemesis AR. We then opened the vault and got more loot, but sadly when we made our way down to Reckless Railways, we got confronted by these vault campers and died. Game 5 was more of the same, where me and Jake killed the boss to get the Mythic Nemesis AR and Medallion. We then opened the vault before rotating out of Grand Glacier and getting killed by another duo. The audio is really choppy for Game 6, so I'm just going to skip to the part where we died because I'm not going to make y'all listen to that. It wouldn't be a video of mine if there wasn't a game without any sound. Also for Game 7, I'm playing with Colin, Chris, and Ben. And we're also playing Zero Build because, you know, why not have a Zero Build game in here? Wow, look at this just like immersive and awesome gameplay of mine without any sound. Just so awesome, you know, just really cool. Anyways, after killing the boss at Grand Glacier and opening the vault, we made our way down to Reckless Railways and killed the Valeria boss for the free mythic Hyper SMG and the Medallion. After that, we made our way down to the Lavish Lair area where I saw this player trying to run away, so I sniped him. This guy also had the free wind shotgun, which is pretty nice. While pushing Loot Island, we got pushed by these 3 players, and I was able to kill 1, 2, and 3 of them, though I was left on pretty low HP. And, without even realizing it, we had just won the game. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing to see that the last game of Grand Glacier had no sound, but it's whatever. If you couldn't already tell, I'm now playing at 120 FPS because I got a new monitor. Sadly, however, the other games are going to be stuck in 60 FPS, but at least for these last couple games, I can be at 120 FPS. Anyways, however, I died pretty much immediately because I didn't realize I was in a Zero Build game. For Game 2, I'm playing with Ren. I immediately killed this player right off spawn because he was just standing still. After looting up all of Ren reels, me and Ren pushed Reckless Railways and killed the players with the Medallion. Now I can actually see why people with higher FPS played a lot better than me. I felt like I was playing a lot better the second I got 120 FPS. I don't know if it's just me, I just feel like I was playing a lot better. The game was a lot smoother, my edits were smoother, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah, I felt like I was playing better with higher FPS. Anyways, I was able to kill the players who had the Peter Griffin Medallion and Peter Griffin Shotgun. After killing those players, everyone else was basically just bots, so I'm not going to make y'all watch me kill bots. So I'm just going to show you the final kill, where I sniped this player to get the victory royale, and finally finish the challenge. So, now that I've landed at every single location on the Chapter 5 map, what's my ranking of the locations? Well, at number 11, I have Rebel's Roost. In my opinion, just a very bland, forgettable location, not a lot of chests, and I'm not going to find myself landing here after this challenge. At number 10, this is going to surprise some of you guys, but Reckless Railways. Just not one of my favorite locations to land at. It's a very stressful and just not really my place to land at, you know. I don't like where the boss is located. It's located in a very small, compact building, so it's really hard to fight there, and you're constantly getting third party. At number 9, I have Pleasant Piazza. There's really nothing special about it. Another pretty forgettable location. It's also pretty tight with the buildings and stuff, and you're constantly getting third party by people from Snooty Steps, Fencing Fields, and you got people from Ritzy Riviera. At number 8, I have Classy Courts. A very at the edge location where you're not going to fight a lot of people unless it's a hot drop, and that's just not my type of location, as most of the game you're just walking around and then you get killed. At number 7, I have Lavish Lair. Probably one of the best mythics on the map, and also the boss is not too hard to kill, but again, the tight corridors make it really hard to fight there, and again, it's just one big house, and it's just not my thing. At number 6, I have Fencing Fields. A nice, good, open location, but the Volt campers get really annoying. I like the idea of it being like a Flowberry type of farm, and the Striker AR is a really broken mythic. At number 5, surprising myself even, is Ruined Reels. I did not think I was going to like this location very much. I did not like it at the beginning of the season, but after landing there, I now consider it now one of my main drops of Chapter 5. A very nice and open location with a good theme. I like the Greek scheme, and I like every time there's a new Risky Reels type of POI, it's always a pretty good POI. At number 4, I have Grand Glacier. Still kind of having that one single building, but at least this building is kind of open, and even though the Mythic isn't really that good, yet it's still a far off place with other places to push. You can push directly into Reckless Railways or into Hazy Hillside. Also, not a lot of people are going to land there, so the medallion is not contested. At number 3, I have Snooty Steps. A nice, really unforgettable location. I don't think I'm going to be forgetting this location. It gives me Slappy Shore vibes. I really like it. Also, the Peter Griffin boss is not too hard to kill, and the shotgun is also really good. At number 2, Ritzy Riviera. Just a very calm, nice POI. You've got this train station you can push. You can push Lavish Lair, Rebels Roost. Just a really nice placed POI, and it also has a good theme. And obviously, I already stated this at the beginning of the video, but Hazy Hillside, number 1. Again, I'm a sucker for snow biome POIs, and also this gives me that Misty Meadows Happy Hamlet feel, and those are 2 of my favorite locations, so obviously this is going to win. A nice little town location with a lot of loot. You also have the rebel base and the boss you can kill there to get a key card and get even more loot. And it's placed pretty good on the map where you can either push into Fencing Fields, Grand Glacier, or Reckless Railways. And so yeah, I would like to specifically thank Jake for making the thumbnail of this video. He's really talented, so go check him out. And also I would like to thank everybody who helped me in this video. Y'all were a huge help, and without y'all, I don't think I would have been able to finish this video. So yeah, thanks again to everybody who helped me in this video. Another special thanks to Jake. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. In Season 2, I hope to do another type of video like this where I landed out all the new locations that get added for Season 2. But who knows how the future will go. I don't really know what other content to publish before then, so try to give me some ideas in the comments below. Anyways, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.